Nobody is going to enter the kingdom by merit. Nobody's going to enter the kingdom by good works. Nobody's going to enter the kingdom by righteous deeds. Nobody's going to enter the kingdom by selfish promotion. Nobody's going to enter the kingdom by selfish pride. For people who exalt themselves, who think that they are good enough to stand before God on their own merits, the final judgment is going to be total humiliation. They're going to be dead wrong. Salvation has always been to the humble and the broken and the repentant and those who come and plead for mercy and grace and nothing more. Humble yourselves in the presence of the Lord and He will exalt you, is the promise. Command promise. So what is it, though, that will keep us from becoming discouraged as we become more and more aware of the sin that still dwells within us? The answer is the gospel. It is the gospel, the good news that our sins, however many there may be, however ugly that they may be, have all been forgiven through Christ's death on the cross. And not only are we forgiven, but we are also are actually credited with the righteousness of Christ Himself. The gospel is not only for unbelievers. This is a trap that we get into our minds. The gospel is we think that, the gospel is just something you tell someone who's lost and they walk through this door and they're saved and we never look at it again. The gospel is more like a path that you walk along for the rest of your life until you go to be with the Lord. And during Jesus' 33 years on earth, He lived a perfectly righteous life. He never once sinned, yet Jesus reached the goalpost of perfect righteousness. In fact, we shouldn't say that He reached it, rather that He was always there from the moment of His birth until the moment He gave up His life on the cross. 33 years of perfect righteousness, and He lived it all in our place as our representative before God. And at the end of that perfectly righteous life, He willingly died on the cross to satisfy the justice of God in our place. And as our substitute before God, He lived a life we could not live and died a death that we deserved to die. This is the gospel, the good news. And the gospel is the path that we must walk along every day as we pursue humility. We must be reminded of this perfect man. We must be reminded of our sin. And we must be reminded of what He did. So we embrace it daily. We recite it hourly. We rely on it in every situation. And I'll leave you with a paraphrase this morning from a word of one of the Puritans who, in a nutshell, understood this humble life and how to pursue it and how it relates to the gospel. It says, "The proud person is so busy judging the sins of other people that they have no time to see their sins of their own heart. Meanwhile, the humble person is so busy dealing with their own sins that they have no time to judge the sins of others."